Welcome in, everybody. Got an update. As you can see, the title of the live, it's not a good update. Anyone who been following my Community Crime Network channel, if you haven't, please subscribe to it. The young kid, Troy Koehler, I've been following that case and been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. In my mind, I already knew what happened. There was no way else you could explain why this kid was found in a damn washing machine in this parent's home. Foster parents, should I say. Salute to everybody in the building. D-Love, Rod the Creator, appreciate y'all for coming in. A Cuzzo in the building. Yaya's kid. This is sickening. This is really, really sickening. So what happened? Let's go ahead and I want to read this with you guys, so you can actually see it for yourself. But the main thing I was waiting for was the autopsy. And from what I learned, that autopsies could take up to 6 weeks. But as y'all seen when this actually happened and why, I don't know why it took so long. But they just gave an update where both parents have been arrested. And I'm gonna just go to this, they put it on Instagram, I believe. Trying to find it. Here it is. Hold on, let me share my screen so you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. Welcome everybody who's just now coming in. As you can see right here, early this morning, 4 deputies reported to a call. No, actually that's not the one I want to read. This is the one. Excuse me, sorry about that. Forensic Sciences, they conducted an autopsy on Troy. The autopsy revealed that Troy suffered new and previous injuries. So they ruled his death as a homicide. So me personally, I can't say anyone else even know about this, but I already seen this coming. They did something to this boy. And I'm going to just bring you back so you can actually get caught up if you haven't seen this case. So I'm going to go back to the beginning so you can understand why I came to this conclusion without them even providing this information. You got to be a little on the slow side to not figure this one out. And that's just not me being funny. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Because it was obvious to me. So let's start with this video right here. Nope, not this one, excuse me. Alright, so let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm showing you. Bear with me one moment, please. Stop sharing that, and let's bring this up. Just want to catch you all up just in case, you know, you're not familiar with this case. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute up. Y'all check this out.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Sirota.
And I'm Brittany Jeffers. Just a few hours before the young boy was found, deputies say that his parents had reported him missing. And when authorities searched their home, his body was discovered.
This is all unfolding right now at a home off Rosegate Drive and Lestergate Drive. KPRC2's Kathy Hernandez joining us now live from there with the very latest on this investigation. Kathy.
Good morning to you. Absolutely horrific. Investigators tell us they found that boy's body in the washing machine of the garage in that home there. It's unclear if it was an accident and if he got in by himself or if he was killed. A tragedy in Spring. Investigators say they found 7-year-old Troy Koehler dead inside the washing machine of his home on Rosegate and Lestergate. Police say his mom and dad discovered he was missing in the middle of the night.
The child had possibly been missing since 4 a.m. They called in at about 5:20 for police after they couldn't find him.
Investigators say deputy constables arrived, searched the neighborhood, and then the home.
It was early in the morning. There was no indication that the door had been open or window open. And after searching the neighborhood, they were unable to find the child.
They say that's when they made the horrific discovery.
At that point, they found a deceased 7-year-old child in the washing machine in the garage.
A lot of questions remain. Investigators are not saying if they believe it was an accident, someone killed him, or if there were signs of foul play.
It's sad and it's heartbreaking to a kid. Come on, I got kids in my house.
I seen the little boy running through here, but not paying any attention to it or anything like that. But it's a shocker.
Definitely shocking for investigators and neighbors. They tell us that Troy was previously in foster care and adopted back in 2019. They're now interviewing both his mother and father. Of course, they also tell us that an autopsy will determine how the boy died.
All right, so that's, of course, the beginning of the story. Get to the next one. I knew it. I just was waiting, patiently waiting. All right, so this is a little breakdown I did. You know what? I'd rather go to this one right here. Check this one out.
After an unspeakable discovery inside their garage, the adoptive parents of Troy Koehler had few words coming home last night.
It's just that I came home, just like I'm going to be walking in the door right now. I don't have my keys, but I put my key in the door and then the door opened.
As in the door was unlocked already?
Yeah, but I don't know.
About what time did you come home?
He tried to distance himself from this case. His lying ass.
We asked him what happened, and he says all he knows is that he got home last night after midnight.
Now, he told us when he got to the home around midnight on Wednesday, the door was already unlocked. He says he came home after work yesterday around midnight looking for his wife.
But anything else after that, I don't know.
Jermaine says Troy wasn't in the house, and around 5:30 that morning, the 7-year-old was reported missing.
Just don't know how it happened.
The Department of Family and Protective Services confirmed the couple adopted Troy in 2019.
A spokesperson with Child Protective Services told us that the agency does have history with this family, but would not elaborate beyond that at this time. Meanwhile, Koehler's adopted mother did not want to speak with us last night, and no one answered the door here today.
Yeah, I bet you she did want to speak with nobody, and now we know why. Like, come on, people. This is another case with adoptive parents doing harm to these babies, man. What the this really angers me, man. Like, seriously. This really angers me. Why adopt a kid if you don't want the kid? You know, if you decide to become, foster parents and you find out that it's too much for you to handle, I'm pretty sure there's a process where you can return those kids. You don't have to harm these kids, man. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Sincere Classic. Most definitely, Ryder Creator. This world is wicked. Like, really wicked. I don't get it. Let's take a look at the breakdown I did. This is a segment I call Dark Secrets. I'll let y'all check that one out. Let me get my mind together, because this is sick, man. This is just plumb sick. I hope they don't ever get out of jail. I hope they don't ever get out of jail. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. But before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel so you get a notification every time I go live or drop a video. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and Daniela, those details slow coming, but within the past 15 minutes, as we were standing by here to go live, a Precinct 4 Deputy Constable duty vehicle pulled up here. Out of the back car was a man escorted up to the front door of this home. I walked up and asked him if he had any relation to the young man who was found dead here in the washing machine this morning. He did say that he was that boy's adopted father. We asked him what happened, and he says all he knows is that he got home last night after midnight. When he put his key in the door to open it, he says the door was unlocked.
It was early in the morning. There was no indication that the door had been open or window open.
They couldn't find that boy Troy until this morning when they found his body in a washing machine. His is the face of a boy who had life to live. Yet, for reasons officials have yet to say, 7-year-old Troy Koehler was found dead this morning in a washing machine. How Troy wound up there, in what condition, how'd he die? 3 questions among a torrent of queries, each of them centered on why.
Just don't know how it happened.
Brian DeBon lives down the street. He and others awoke to the crime scene on Rosegate Drive's 4400 block. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says Troy was reported missing this morning until he was found in the washer in the home's garage.
It was early in the morning. There was no indication that the door had been open or window open.
Troy's adopted mother, emotional as Precinct 4 deputy constables escorted her. Both she and Troy's adopted father questioned by investigators. But tonight, whatever answers may be, linger. The Department of Family and Protective Services confirmed the couple adopted Troy in 2019. Awful does not put this in its proper context. Again, minutes ago, we spoke to the man who said that he is the adopted father of Troy. When I asked him what happened, he said he doesn't know, again, other than the fact that when he got home last night, the door was unlocked. There is an investigation underway tonight into what happened. The last words for the father tonight to me, I just want to know where my wife is.
They're now interviewing both his mother and father.
So that we can figure out what's going on here.
All right. Salute to everybody that's slid through the building. Now, with the father, or the foster father, or whatever you want to call him, as you can see, he tried to separate himself from being at the home when Troy supposedly died. All he kept saying is, I got home around 12:45 or 12 o'clock, whatever the time was, and I just want to know where my wife was. What the fuck you mean you want to know where your wife was? She should have been home with y'all son. That's what she should have been. Right there, that set off a red flag for me. I was like, oh no. What you mean you want to know where she was at? She wasn't home, and then you said when you got home the door was open? Man, please. I don't know the details on why both was charged, but obviously they said both of them was responsible for his death. Most definitely fed up. I said it too. Yeah, I actually just found the video on the update, which took him a minute, but here it is. Let me share my screen. We'll take a look at the update here. Ad off my screen, then we'll check it out. But yeah, rest in peace to the young man Troy Koehler. Alright, let's take a look at this real quick. It's not long, it's like 1 minute and 47 seconds.
Today, court documents reveal new details about 7-year-old Troy Koehler. His body was found inside a washing machine at his spring home back in July. His adoptive parents, Jermaine and Tiffany Thomas, now charged in connection with his death.
The complainant's death was ruled a homicide due to homicidal violence. The autopsy found the complainant had suffered from asphyxiation, possible drowning. The complainant suffered both remote and new blunt force trauma that was indicative of inflicted trauma.
Jermaine is charged with capital murder, and Tiffany is charged with injury to a child by omission. Troy was reported missing on Thursday, July 28, but investigators say the child never left his home. Officials have surveillance video of Troy playing hide and seek by himself in the front yard the day before he was murdered. We spoke to Jermaine Thomas back in July, who says Troy was not inside the home when he got off work.
Came home, just like I'm finna walk in the door right now. I don't have my keys, but I put my key in the door and then the door opened. But anything else after that, I don't know.
Investigators also reviewed text messages from the couple's cell phone that describe how they were going to kill the little boy because he ate their snacks.
She, quote, threatened to put him in the stove and turn it on.
What the? Oh, Lord.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel.
Oh, Lord. What? You gotta be kidding me. You killed this little boy because he ate your snacks? Come on, people. Come on, people. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Are they doing background checks on these people? Now, y'all heard that the first article I shared, it said they had some type of history. But they wouldn't share it because, you know, they couldn't confirm anything. I wonder if they're going to let us see that history now. That is, man, I got to play that again, people. I got to play that one part again. I don't know if y'all caught that. Oh, my God.
I don't know.
Investigators also reviewed text messages from the couple's cell phone that describe how they were going to kill the little boy because he ate their snacks.
She, quote, threatened to put him in the stove and turn it on, end quote.
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
Man, that right there. Oh man, I think they charged the father. Who said it? I think they charged the father because he lied. They found evidence that the kid never left the house. What you lying for? Obviously, either he was there or he knew about it. But if he was at work, you would think that they would check his alibi. Now, they haven't said anything about him not being at work, but he said when he got home, the kid wasn't there. You're lying. But they did have surveillance footage of him playing in the front yard earlier that day. So he was actually there. So from that time where he went in the house, we don't know what happened. Now, I'm pretty sure the surveillance footage would have picked up if the father was there anytime throughout the day prior to the time he said he got off, which is around midnight. You know what I'm saying? Man, she said she started to put him in the oven and turn it on. Man, these people are sick, man. What up, Bams? Wow. Oh my goodness. Let's see if they got any more updates on this, man. This is just sick. This is sickening. This is sickening. Man. Like I said, if you don't want a kid that you adopted, hell, if you don't want your kid that you birthed, you feel like you're an unfit parent, it's nothing wrong with doing the right thing and giving the kid up or giving the kid back. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a better person by doing that instead of killing the kid. Come on, man. People, y'all gotta do better. Dang. I dropped the link in the chat. If anybody want to voice their opinion on the case, feel free to do so. More than welcome. Let's see here. I got something else here. Let me share this real quick. It's off my screen. Why is this up here? Appreciate y'all for coming in. Like I said, I've been waiting for this update on this case for a minute. Like, I'm thinking to myself, damn, how long does it take for an autopsy to come back? But I guess they have their reasons on why things take so long. But, waiting for this ad to go off, and then we'll check this out. Oh, Raphael Warnock. All right, here we go. Take this off mute.
Body was found inside a washing machine over the summer.
The Harris County Sheriff tweeted tonight, Troy Koehler's adoptive parents are under arrest and charged in connection with this death. Lauren Tallarico joins us in the newsroom with the new developments tonight. Lauren?
Yeah, at the time it seemed like this may have been just a horrible accident, but now investigators believe there is much more to this tragic story.
It was early on July 28th when the adoptive parents of 7-year-old Troy Koehler reported him missing from their home on Rosegate Drive in North Harris County. The Harris County Sheriff's Department responded.
Driving patrols around the neighborhood, didn't find anything, and then decided to search the house.
That's when they found the child's body inside a washing machine that was in the home's garage. At the time, we spoke to the boy's father, Jermaine Thomas.
I put my key in the door and then the door open. But anything else after that, I don't know.
We don't know what happened, but we intend to find out.
Now investigators think they do know. Tonight, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says Koehler's parents, Jermaine and Tiffany Thomas, have been arrested. Jermaine's charged with capital murder and Tiffany's charged with injury to a child by omission. According to the sheriff, the autopsy revealed new and previous injuries. The child's death was ruled a homicide. The Texas Department of Family Services said the couple adopted Troy in 2019 after he'd been their foster child. In July, CPS told us they had history with the family. When we asked if there was an open or active case at the time, we were told that information was confidential, unless it was determined the death was related to abuse or neglect. We will be following up with CPS now that the child's parents have been arrested.
We are still waiting for the mugshots of the couple. They will likely be in court over the next day or two. Len.
Very sad. Thank you.
All right, so if you keep hearing that they're charging the father with capital murder, right? But they keep saying that they're charging the mother with injury to a child by omission. Let's take a look at that. All right. So here it says an injured child can bring. What the hell was that? Sound like I heard something. Anyway, it said an injured child can bring serious consequences to the minor's parents or legal guardians. There are different reasons why a child could get injured. In some cases, it might be caused by someone else on purpose. On the other hand, the child could also be injured by omission. An injury to a child by omission happens when the person who has the custody or the legal duty to take care of the child fails to take action to prevent an injury. Neglect child cases constitute more than 75% of all child maltreatment cases in the United States. Okay, now it's just giving pretty much information on it. So from what I just read, and correct me if I'm wrong, she wasn't the one who did it to the kid. From what I read, it was like he did it, but fails to take action to prevent injury. So she didn't do anything to stop him from hurting this kid. But he said he wasn't there until 12:45, around 12 o'clock. When he got there, she wasn't there. He said the kid wasn't there. Oh, he told a big lie. And don't you know when you tell one lie, you got to tell another one to cover that one? Yeah, it's going to be more details coming up on this case on why they charged him and probably what happened. But from what I heard on one of the previous videos that I shared, it said possible drowning. Evil people. Evil people. Evil people. Yeah, Niles Oracle, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's kind of madness. It's too much. And it's happening too much in our communities. I agree. D-Love says sad, but we will probably find out this baby been suffering. Yeah, that's why they said the first one said old injuries plus new ones. So this kid been suffering the whole time. He probably been with these people. What up, Jizzle? Yeah, this the kid that was found in the washing machine. I want to say it was back in July. And we're just now getting an update here in November. I guess better late than never. Yeah, these people are very disgusting, fed up. Salute, badass. Appreciate you for sliding through, man. I don't believe there are any other kids in that home. I think it was just him. But when they said that the family or the parents had a history, I wonder, did that history come from Troy or any other kids that they previously adopted? Because if it came from any other kids they previously adopted and they had a history of bad behavior or this type of bullshit they doing, why the hell they allowed them to adopt Troy or become foster parents of Troy? So my assumption was it was something going on that has been documented with Troy, because I would hope that they would not allow someone who has a bad history in the system of, you know, adopting or becoming foster parents. That wouldn't make fucking sense at all. That means the system is actually failing these kids. You feel me? Just like they failed Classic and Sincere. Yeah, I agree. I agree too, Raw. I think they both should be charged with murder. You know, but that also goes back to Classic and Sincere. Which one of them killed that kid? What if it comes out that, you know, what's the idiot name? Mr. Rambunctious. I done forgot these people's name. The father. We're just going to call him the father. I can't even think of the goddamn dude's name now. What if it comes out that he is the one who killed them? And, which I'm expecting this to happen. Just my thoughts. And she said she didn't say nothing because he threatened to kill her. Then what do? You definitely have to find evidence that that is the case. You know what I'm saying? So, but in this case, she could say the same thing. If they found out that he did it and she just didn't report it, she could say, well, he threatened to kill me. You feel me? But it's a bunch of demons, man. Hug your kids, love your kids, man. Protect your kids. They're your responsibility. For real, man. This type of shit gotta stop, man. We are killing these kids' future. You're not even giving these kids an opportunity to become something. And you taking their life. Come on, man, that shit ain't fair. You're a coward. You're a coward. Man or woman, you are a coward. But guess what, brother? You gotta go to jail today. And you know what they do to people like you? You know what they do to people like you. Hope they torture your ass, coward. There's two people in this world that God have a special place in his heart for, which he loves us all. But you should not mess with babies or older folk, the elderly. They can't fight you back. Thank you, D-Love Trizell. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name for nothing. Appreciate that. D-Love said there's only one victim, and that's the baby. They chose their relationship. He didn't choose them, right? Absolutely. 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 You know, I used to say I couldn't be an adoptive parent because and I was joking, but I was kind of serious. Like when you reaching, it's like you reaching your hand in the pot and just grabbing the kid like, oh shit, I grabbed the serial killer. Now these kids got to worry about the places they go. Ain't that's fucked up? I guess you can't say the system is failing these kids because obviously they ain't doing no thorough research on these people's background. They gotta tighten up, pimpin'. They gotta tighten up. Man. We gonna listen to this, man. It just sickens my mood. Now I got an attitude. You think I won't battle fool? I will slap the fuck out of you. Maybe I am a radical. Charged up with a matador. You don't love the kids, why do you got them for? I tell the truth, how they got out the door. These cases I can't ignore. You damn right I want your face on the floor. We lacking info, pimpin', I'ma need more. See, it's the truth that we want. You supposed to love your kid, the truth is you don't. Somebody bring them parents up to the front. Them kids been missing for months. Damn right I'm mad, pimp, I done had enough. Oh, my business, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I might just tear this shit up. Now we got summer, we got horse, and we got orange. Like the parents, they don't care. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? All of the YouTubers pursuing. They do more than what you doing. Now how the fuck you gonna influence? Your reputation done been ruined. Why? Oh, why they taking these kids? I'm so sick of this shit. Why? Remember that kid they left in the car? Sydney Dill, she had a bum for a father. Nip beside us, Nevada. Just break the window, but he wouldn't even bother. He making kids, now that's really a problem. What about that fella Kawan? The lady picked him up was a mom. Now Kawan was a friend with a son. I can't believe what they done. They found his body in the sugar cane field. Now his parents gotta shed some real tears. This ain't how the fuck we supposed to live. If you got a kid, show them that you love them. Cause they leaving on the dub. Protect them, gotta keep them covered. Cause there's some evil motherfuckers plotting, waiting just to touch them. Don't you think this shit is nuts? They taking kids out by the dozen. It's so many living in your city limits. If you think that they offended, that mean you think this again. It only take a single man. Evaluate the way you live. This was a blessing you was given. It's gonna hit you different if your child just end up missing. Why they taking these kids? I'm so sick of this shit. Why they taking these kids? I'm so sick of this shit. so sick of this shit, why? Yeah, man. Why? They got to answer to the Creator, the Most High. You got to answer to that, pimpin'. It ain't my place to judge it, but you got to answer. That's just plumb sick, bro. I ain't gonna take much of y'all time, man. You know, I just want to do this update. You know, for those who have been following the case like I have, but I do want to share this one more time with y'all, because in case you just coming in and seeing this sick. God bless his soul. Hope he rest in peace, young Jit. But, I'm gonna leave y'all with this real quick. Hug your kids, people.
The adoptive parents of a 7-year-old boy found dead in a washing machine in Spring are now behind bars, and that comes after months of investigating by police. Now, we know the details of this story are disturbing, but it does paint a picture of what investigators say this poor child had to endure.
Text messages reveal the parents spoke about killing their child for eating their snacks. CPS has been involved with the family twice, and it's one of a few cases we've recently reported where parents are accused of killing their children. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor live in Spring after trying to get some answers on this case. Brooke.
Eric and Mel, you know, the documents here are even just hard to read. This 7-year-old boy, investigators say, was found with bruises all over, a bloody face and injuries to his face. They say he was suffocated, he was beaten, and even possibly drowned. 4 months after 7-year-old Troy was found dead in a washing machine, and his adoptive parents are now charged. Court records show disturbing texts between Jermaine and Tiffany Thomas. Investigators say Jermaine was upset their son ate his donut sticks and texted Tiffany, quote, "I need to get the locks. I'm going to end up killing him. They're going to come home and he's going to hang from the tree outside." In another text, investigators say Tiffany said their son admitted to eating her oatmeal cream pies because she threatened to put him in the stove and turn it on. In July, the parents reported Troy missing. Officers found the boy dead in a washing machine in their garage. Troy was a foster child who was adopted in 2019. CPS has investigated the family twice after concerns from his school. This doesn't surprise Mike Schneider, who specializes in CPS investigations.
We often find when children are injured, it's not the first time when it comes to light. There's often a history. Unfortunately, CPS has a lot of turnovers, and I think that affects their ability to follow through on a lot of these investigations. CPS has lost about 3,000 employees in the last year.
According to data from DFPS, Harris County caseworkers juggle a daily caseload of around 16 cases. There were more than 24,000 investigations in 2021. Statewide, CPS says they've had a 35% turnover rate.
It's easy for these cases to get lost or for a caseworker to not know enough about the past with this family because what's on paper or in their file electronically doesn't really reflect what the family's really like.
CPS didn't answer our questions about Troy's case and their history with the family, saying legally they can't until the investigation is closed.
They appear to be an agency that's just overwhelmed in general.
And when we get that fatality report from CPS, once they're able to release it, we'll of course bring that to you so we can look into how this could have been avoided. Meanwhile, his adoptive father is charged with capital murder. He's behind bars tonight on a $2 million bond. The mother is charged with injury to a child by omission. Her bond set at $150,000 tonight. We're live in Spring. I'm Brooke Taylor, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Man, a little bit more details. Y'all gotta excuse me, but I gotta say it. A fat ass worried about some fucking snacks. I'm sorry. That shit got me angry. This motherfucker worried about some donuts. Really? People don't cherish or value life anymore. Not at all. Fed up? You asked the question of how this world becomes so evil. I think in my last live, I kind of touched on this, and I'm not going to go all into depth on it because it is some spiritual stuff, and I don't want to force anything on anyone. But we know what it says in Revelations. This world, the way things are happening right now, just read Revelations. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. Man. If the parents ain't protecting the kids, who else gonna do it? Who else gonna do it, man? It's a sad day, people. But like I told y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Make sure you share the live, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my community crime page, please do so. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna drop the link just in case y'all don't have it, because I do know Fed Up is over there. I am streaming from both of my pages. Appreciate you, Fed Up, for being over there. You over there hanging out by yourself. Everybody else is on my other page. But there's the link. Also, if you want to support my page, you can do so. Of course, donating, whatever, anything is appreciated. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Stay vigilant. Protect your kids, love your kids, man. It's Boss Blake. We got some justice for Troy. Y'all be easy, stay safe.